I think we're all quite excited that it could be the so-called flood tunnel booby trap system. Of course, we're going to investigate.
There's definitely a void below these rocks.
It lines up exactly with the anomaly, so it is the anomaly.
Oak Island's $600 million treasure has finally been found, and the discovery in Smith Cove has stunned the world. After years of searching, Rick and Marty Lagina were stunned when they saw actual traces of gold in the water. It was no longer just speculation or theory. It was real. But the moment that really changed everything came shortly after, as the team stepped in and discovered an old, handmade wooden ladder descending into a dark, water-filled tunnel. Someone had been there before. But who? And what was in the tunnels that made Rick and Lagina want to go inside? And what were they hiding? This isn't just another part of the Oak Island mystery. This is the breakthrough. For 200 years, people have searched without success, but now the truth is finally coming out. What's hidden in that tunnel could change history. So don't miss what's next. Like the video and subscribe, because the real story of Oak Island is just beginning. The Golden Trail. The moment gold was detected in the island's waters, it reignited a surge of hope among the team. This wasn't just a thrilling discovery. It hinted at a greater possibility, that more treasure could lie hidden deep beneath Oak Island. The search zone quickly expanded. Rick and Marty Lagina began to believe that the elusive gold might even be buried beneath the trees themselves. Their pulse quickened. After years of digging, it finally felt like they were closing in on the centuries-old secret that had drawn explorers for generations. But what came next was far more unsettling than just buried riches. As the team pushed deeper into the island's terrain, they stumbled upon an eerie relic from the past, a hand-crafted ladder descending into a dark, waterlogged tunnel. Was this the work of long-lost treasure hunters? Or had they uncovered something older and more mysterious? Whispers from the island's legends resurfaced. Some claimed a deadly curse protected the treasure, warning that one final life must be lost before the riches could ever be revealed. Despite the chilling tales, the team pressed on. The mystery demanded answers, but one question loomed. Would the curse strike before the truth emerged? As the investigation intensified, Paul, a key member of the team, could hardly contain his excitement. Marty, always at the helm, rallied the group. "Are we ready to bring in the rig?" he asked. The response was unanimous. An electrified yes echoed across the site as preparations began. Their attention turned to a specific target identified by experts, Dr. Spooner and Dr. Michelle. After extensive water testing, the two scientists highlighted a promising location just west of the garden shaft. They nicknamed it the Blob, a spot potentially holding the very heart of Oak Island's mystery. Soon, the target was narrowed even further to a concentrated section they humorously dubbed the Baby Blob. This was where the team would focus their next efforts. Guided by maps and historical clues, they developed a new theory. A tunnel might exist exactly 95 feet underground, cutting directly toward the treasure. With spirits high and the goal in sight, the crew prepared to drill into borehole DN-11.5. As the rig roared to life, anticipation swelled. Could this finally be the breakthrough they had spent years chasing? Charles Barkhouse, Oak Island's historian, stepped forward to lead the drilling. While he worked, Marty prepared to inspect the garden shaft, which had recently made a lot of progress. The team had removed piles of dirt and water from the old shaft, reinforcing it with wood, and they were now more than halfway to their goal of reaching 80 feet. With every step, they grew closer to uncovering more clues about the island's hidden past. Marty's journey down into the garden shaft led to an incredible discovery. He found the old ladder, hand-carved and perfectly preserved. Marty couldn't believe his eyes. This was solid evidence that someone had been here before, possibly centuries ago, searching for the same treasure. The team wondered if the person who made the ladder might have also hidden the gold they were searching for. Could this simple ladder be the key to unlocking the centuries-old mystery of Oak Island? As the drilling continued at borehole DN 11.5, everyone's attention was on the drilling rig. The team had drilled down between 78 and 88 feet, inching closer to their target. Suddenly, a loud grinding noise pierced the air. The drill operator stopped and measured the depth. To their surprise, they had broken through something. It was an open space about 1.5 feet wide. Terry, one of the geologists, anxiously waited for answers. Had they found a void, a tunnel, or something else? The drill operator confirmed they had hit an open space 90 feet below the surface, and the team quickly paused to figure out what to do next. Charles contacted the Lagina brothers right away to inform them of the discovery. Rick, thrilled by the news, rushed to the site. What had they uncovered in this hidden space? Could it be the treasure they had spent years searching for? When Rick arrived at the site, the drill operator explained how they had broken through an obstruction and reached the mysterious void. The team started to speculate. Could this be part of a tunnel? The excitement grew as they realized that this discovery aligned perfectly with other boreholes they had drilled nearby. To find out what was inside the space, Marty decided to take a core sample. Everyone waited, holding their breath, as the sample was brought up. When it was opened, they found chunks of wood. Was this from an ancient treasure chest, possibly hiding gold? Terry sent the wood sample for testing, and everyone hoped for more answers. Later, the team gathered at the Oak Island Interpretive Center to review the results with a metal archaeologist, Emma Culligan. Emma shared that the wood sample contained a surprising amount of gold, confirming that they were indeed on the right path. This discovery gave the entire team a new burst of hope. They were now more confident than ever that they were close to solving the Oak Island mystery. The drilling continued at the garden shaft, where the team hoped to find more clues. They planned to drill 12 more boreholes, hoping to find signs of human activity, such as tunnels or hidden artifacts. Meanwhile, Rick and another team member, Peter Romke, explored Lot 26, where they discovered an old stone wall. This was no ordinary wall. It looked like something that could hold another piece of the puzzle. As the team continued their search, they also dug deeper into the history of the island. Fred Nolan, a surveyor who had worked on the island for decades, had made many important discoveries, including a massive cross-shaped formation called Nolan's Cross. Fred's son, Tom, joined the team, sharing his father's notes and findings. One of these discoveries was an old well that seemed out of place, filled with broken pottery. What could this well have been used for? Could it be hiding more secrets? Tom also shared sketches from his father's notebook, showing a mysterious stone formation they called the quadrilateral. This structure didn't appear natural, and the team wondered if it was linked to the treasure. With every new clue, the mystery of Oak Island deepened. Encouraged by their findings, Rick and Marty pushed further into the island's mysteries, eager to uncover what lies beneath. The fallen timbers of 1861. In the year 1861, something strange happened on Oak Island. A place called the Money Pit, where many believed treasure was buried long ago, suddenly collapsed. All the wooden beams holding it up disappeared without a trace. Some people thought this was a sign that something big, maybe even treasure, was hidden there. Others believed it was the work of ancient religious warriors who might have come to this island hundreds of years ago. They could have buried their riches from their long, difficult quests to protect sacred places and fight in holy battles. For years, two brothers, Rick and Marty Lagina, have been on a mission to find the treasure. They star in a TV show called The Curse of Oak Island, where they search the island, hoping to discover the legendary wealth hidden for over 200 years. Despite all their hard work and countless searches, they haven't yet found the grand treasure they were looking for. But they did find small traces of gold in the water surrounding the island, which made them excited again. Could this mean that the treasure is real? Or are they just chasing a legend? The island has a dark and spooky tale connected to it. Legend says that the treasure will not be found until 7 people lose their lives trying to uncover it. So far, 6 lives have been lost in the hunt, casting an eerie shadow over the search. Every time the brothers get closer, the legend looms over them like a storm cloud. Could the next step be their last? Over the years, the Lagina brothers have found many strange things that make them believe something important is hidden on Oak Island. They've uncovered pieces of wood, tools, and coins from long ago, and even a U-shaped structure that makes them think of old secret groups like the Knights Templar. The Knights Templar were a group of Christian warriors from the Middle Ages who went on dangerous missions to protect sacred land. Some say they might have hidden their treasures on the island, treasures that include not just gold, but also sacred relics like the Holy Grail or the Ark of the Covenant. Could it be that the most powerful relics of ancient history are lying somewhere beneath Oak Island's surface? The brothers found an old cross made of lead, which might have been connected to the Knights Templar. This cross, along with other discoveries like old coins and tools, only made the mystery even more exciting. It seemed that Oak Island wasn't just about treasure. It could also be holding objects of great historical and religious importance. Maybe the island wasn't just a hiding place for gold, but for something even bigger, something that could change how we see history itself. The famous lost tunnel of Oak Island. In the past, explorers searching Oak Island mysteriously lost track of a tunnel. This strange disappearance confused everyone who came after them. What had happened to the tunnel? Why couldn't anyone find it again? These questions drove many treasure hunters to the island for over 200 years, hoping to unlock its secrets. Today, scientists, geologists, and historians are working together, determined to dig even deeper into the island's mysteries. They focus on 2 new areas, called boreholes 8.5 and 13.5, where they've detected something astonishing, a 10-foot empty space underground. This discovery gave the entire team a burst of excitement. What could be hiding in that empty space? Could it finally be the key to solving Oak Island's puzzle? As they drilled down, something surprising happened. A very old cross appeared, buried deep within the earth. The sight of the ancient cross filled everyone with hope and excitement. Could this cross be a sign that they were close to something important? Some believed that hidden beneath the surface were old wooden tunnels, possibly linked to a legendary place on the island called the Garden Shaft. Rumors said the Garden Shaft could hold more than just dirt and rocks. It could contain the long-lost treasure itself. With this new belief, the team made sure to dig carefully. They didn't want to disturb the ground too much, especially since they knew there could be hidden spaces or tunnels underneath. The more they dug, the more they hoped to find these mysterious tunnels that had been talked about for centuries. But as they dug deeper, frustration grew. Despite all their careful efforts, the wooden tunnels remained out of reach. They began to wonder, were they digging in the right place? Had the infamous money pit, where the treasure was said to be hidden, moved over the years? People had been looking for this treasure for over 225 years, but no one had ever found it. Just when it seemed like the search might fail, something interesting happened. Air bubbles appeared in the soil as they drilled. These bubbles were a big deal. They could be a sign that there were empty spaces underground, possibly even the tunnels they had been looking for. This lifted everyone's spirits. Maybe they were closer to the treasure than they thought. The air bubbles brought hope, suggesting that there might be man-made tunnels hidden below the surface. Could these tunnels finally lead to the legendary treasure of Oak Island? The team couldn't help but feel excited at the possibility. They quickly collected water samples from the area near the air bubbles. By analyzing the water, they hoped to find more clues about what might be hidden beneath the island. To help with the exploration, the team partnered with the Duma Mining Company, a group of experts who could help them dig safely and efficiently. As the mining company began to explore and stabilize the shafts, they discovered something even more intriguing. Water was rushing into the shafts from the landside. This could be a hint that they were getting close to the flood tunnels that many people believed were built to protect the treasure. The team's new plan was both clever and bold. They decided to reinforce the shafts with concrete. This would stop the water from flooding in and make it safer to dig deeper. They knew that it might take months for the renovations to be completed, but they were willing to wait. After all, what if the treasure was just below their feet? They had come too far to give up now. As the team waited for the renovations to be finished, the excitement was almost too much to bear. What would they find once they were able to return to the dig sites? The Duma Mining Company reassured them that after the renovations, they would be able to explore the shafts in the safest conditions possible. This was important because digging on Oak Island could be dangerous. The ground was unstable, and there was always the risk of collapsing tunnels. The idea that they might uncover a network of wooden tunnels, perhaps filled with ancient artifacts or even treasure, felt more real than ever. The Duma Mining Company even speculated that there could be hidden wooden structures within the tunnels. If this was true, the treasure might be closer than anyone had imagined. The team's hopes soared. Could they be the ones to finally solve the mystery that had baffled treasure hunters for centuries? The excitement among the Lagina brothers and their team was contagious. Everyone was eager to dig deeper into the garden shaft and maybe, just maybe, find the original money pit. This pit was at the heart of Oak Island's mystery and legend. If they could locate it, they might finally find out if the stories of treasure were real. But it wasn't just about the treasure. The team knew that each artifact they uncovered could tell a bigger story. They weren't just digging for gold, they were digging into history. Who had come to Oak Island all those years ago, and what had they left behind? Some believed that the Knights Templar, a group of religious warriors from the Middle Ages, might have hidden their treasure on the island. If true, the treasure could include not just gold, but sacred relics like the Holy Grail or the Ark of the Covenant. The team was determined to keep going, no matter how tough things got. They knew that many explorers had tried and failed before them, but they believed they had what it took to succeed. Their journey was about more than just riches. It was about uncovering the secrets of Oak Island, secrets that had been buried for centuries. Whether it took years or even decades, the Lagina brothers were ready to keep searching until they found the truth. As we delve deeper, do you think the Knights Templars have left treasures on Oak Island? Share your thoughts, like, comment, and subscribe for more.